Again, that was in Alabama. Meantime, in Kansas City, streets also turned into rivers. Torrential rains there triggering widespread flooding. Dozens of people have been pulled from dangerous situations on rooftops, in submerged cars. KCTV reporter Jessica Reyes is on the story for us in Kansas City, Missouri with the latest. Jessica.
Yes, well, one after another, we saw several cars try to drive through standing water. The water is so high, several inches from the street. This is where everything happened. We saw at least 5 of those cars get stranded. One of the rescues, though, was a woman who was inside. She tried driving through. She said she realized she couldn't, and that's when everyone called 911. It was a dramatic rescue. Take a look at this video. Here you can see those rescue crews try to make their way to her. The person inside, her name Ruby Aiken. She says she was driving to work. She didn't see the water, and when she tried turning around, it was just too late. Here in this video, you can see the rescue crews. They were hanging onto a rope, trying to get to the driver. They opened the door, very dramatic. They pull her out and onto dry land. Ruby says she's just glad that they were able to get to her on time.
When I saw the water, I was trying to go back, but my car wouldn't let me. So I just float with the water. I couldn't do anything else but pray and ask God to save me. Yes, it's full up. It's coming up to my waist. So that really frightened me. Then I didn't think I was going to get out of there. So I just thank God that he was with me and got me. And thank God for the firemen, please. Because I know that if I got out, I probably would have drowned because I can't swim. So it was very frightening. Thank God I'm alive.
Yeah, so she is doing okay. We spoke to her just after that rescue. Very dramatic. She says she was praying because the water was gushing in her car. She didn't know she was going to make it. But that's not the only rescue that we ran into. There were actually 2 people that were trapped inside their restaurant overnight. They were in there because they knew the weather was coming and they wanted to go ahead. The owners were in there. They wanted to try to salvage any property that they could, and that's when one of their walls collapsed. The water rushing in. They were actually in their ceiling. That's how high they had to get because of how fast the water was gushing into their business. A boat was actually used. They went on top of the roof. They had a chainsaw. They had to saw their way into the business. They pulled both of the owners out. They're also doing fine today. Erica?
Good to hear they're doing well, and amazing when we look at those pictures, Jessica, the difference from those earlier pictures and where you are now, where it is thankfully dry behind you and some of that water has receded. Jessica Reyes joining us. Jessica, thank you. We are staying on the story of that deadly fare accident in America's heartland. What went wrong on the Fireball ride, and what do you need to know?